Welcome to your flexibility and mobility class. We're going to work on hamstrings and hip opening today. You'll need a pillow and a mat. Let's go ahead and get ready to begin. All right, go ahead and lie back on the ground. Make sure your spine is as straight as possible. We're gonna go ahead and start with the right leg. So extend the left, grab behind the knee on the right, and go ahead and just start straightening and flexing. Feel the full extension there. Knee is pulled in as far as you can to the shoulder without messing up your spinal integrity. So straight back, spine is as flat as possible against the ground. Remember to keep your hips flat on the ground, so if you're leaning to one side, make sure you readjust. Nice job. Go ahead and let that leg down. And we're going to go switch to the other leg, so extend that right leg. Grab behind the knee of the left. Pull it in toward that shoulder, get a good grip on the hamstring and start to flex and release. Straighten that leg out. Get that nice stretch through the hamstring. Make sure your spine is as flat as possible by tucking the chin slightly towards the chest. That'll straighten out the neck and the cervical spine. Right, nice job. Go ahead and release that leg. And we are switching legs again. So go ahead and extend the left, grab the right, and now this knee is going to go toward the armpit instead of straight in. So we're going to be doing our extensions out to the side. So go ahead and straighten out, release back in. Spine is still nice and flat on the ground. Doing great. Keep going. All right, go ahead and relax. Switch legs, and same thing with the left. So bring that left knee up, bring it towards your armpit. So we're working at an angle here. Spine is straight. Remember to press that chin slightly down towards the chest. And go ahead and let's begin. So straighten that leg as far as you can, bring it back in. If you can't fully extend it, just go as far as you can to feel that stretch, and eventually you will get there. Nice job. All right, go ahead and bring both of your legs in, and we're just going to work on windshield wiping the hips. So you have both knees fall to the right, and then switch it over to the left, keeping your back flat on the ground. So let's go ahead and begin. Drop to the right, center, drop to the left, and then just go at your own pace here. You'll probably feel one of your hips doesn't let your knees drop as far as to the other side, but just keep windshield wiping. This is really great for the lower back. Keep it going, you're doing good. All right, good job. Go ahead and stop. Next thing we're gonna do is get into a half happy baby pose. We're gonna hold this for 1 minute each. So go ahead and bring your left leg up. Now grab your right foot with your right hand and pull that knee towards the armpit. And this is going to be our long hold for happy baby. If you feel like extending the left leg, you can. If your mobility is not where you really want it to be, go ahead and leave that left foot bent. But you should feel a nice stretch through the right hip. And we're just gonna hold this pose. Take a deep breath. Exhale it out. Try to pull that knee down a little bit more. Keep doing that at your own pace. If you're having trouble grabbing that foot, you can grab behind the leg like we were doing before for our extensions and just pull that leg in. Okay, let's go ahead and switch. So now, right leg is down, left leg is going into that happy baby. So grab the left foot, pull that knee in towards the armpit. You can either extend or flex the right leg, whatever feels good for you. And relax into this pose. Deep breaths, and on the exhale, try to go a little bit further into the stretch. Keep breathing. Nice job. Go ahead and start to come out of that pose. Now we're going to work on the hip flexors a bit. So go ahead and grab your pillow. This will be helpful for your knee. We'll start with the right leg forward. So we're leaning into the front leg and then folding forward for a hamstring stretch. So you're gonna lunge forward as far as you can, and then back. So this is moving, mobility, working with the hip flexor and the hamstring. So just go at your own pace here. We're gonna do a minute on each side. Remember, when you're folding forward at the hips and not rounding the lower back. Feel that nice stretch through the hamstring and through your hip flexor. Nice job. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Right knee is on the ground, left leg is forward. Go ahead and set up. Make sure you've got those nice right angles with your knees. And let's go ahead and begin. So sink into that hip flexor, stretch into the hamstring. Remember, go at your own pace. Really work through that full range of motion that you have. Nice job, you guys. Keep going. All right, go ahead and stop there. For our next stretch, we're gonna do a 1-minute hold into our hip flexor stretch. So you're gonna reset. You can just leave the same leg forward. You've got that nice 90-degree bend. And you are just going to lean into that leg to feel a stretch through the right side hip flexor. And we're gonna hold this pose for a minute. Hands can be on the hips. If you need some extra support, you can lean on that front knee. You're doing great, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and come out of that stretch, and then we will just switch legs. So left knee goes down, go ahead and adjust that pillow. Right leg comes forward. Remember, a nice 90 degrees on the front. And then you're just gonna lean into that stretch. So we're extending the hip flexor on the left side. Make sure you're taking deep breaths and trying to sink in a little bit lower to this pose. You're doing good, guys. These are so important just to counteract all of the muscle tightness that we incur during the day from sitting. And now that we're hiking more, just gotta keep, especially our hip and lower back muscles, as loose as possible. All right, go ahead and come out of that. We are now going to switch legs, and we're gonna do an extended pigeon pose. And by extended, I mean we're just gonna hold it for an extended amount of time. So your left leg is forward. Go ahead and drop the knee parallel, and the pillow is really handy just to use under your left thigh hip area for a little bit of extra support. So we're gonna hold this pose for a minute. Your hips are straight forward. Adjust wherever you need to. And you can stay upright in this pose. Sometimes it feels good to lean forward and pigeon, but the more upright we are, the more parallel we can get that front shin on the mat, which will get into a little bit of deeper areas into the glutes and the piriformis. So for this one, that's why I'm staying upright for this particular pose. All right, nice job. Let's go ahead and switch around. So right foot, right leg is forward. Go ahead and switch that pillow to the right side. Keep that foot as parallel as you can to the front of the mat so we can engage and stretch and really get into the glute and the piriformis again. So make whatever adjustments you need and then sink into the pose. We're here for a minute. Don't forget your deep breaths. We want to get as much oxygen to the muscles as we can. All right, go ahead and come out of this. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope your hips feel much better. And we will see you next time. Thanks, Blue Team. Bye.